What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul. Welcome to the basketball show. Some crazy things are going on in the NBA, guys. Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, knowing that the ratings have gone down so much, 48% over the last 12 years, and the stupid changes that they've been making, is considering even more stupid changes. And I want you to listen to parts of this interview with Dan Patrick, and I'm going to comment as it goes along, and just let me know in the comments what you think about this, because to me it's literally getting to the point where this guy has to get fired. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Take a listen to this.
Give me the wildest thing that you guys have considered. I'm sure there's always, we're going to try this. The NFL doing the kickoff the way they did. It's pretty crazy that that's what it looks like. Give me this has been discussed.
I mean, one that's only been discussed a little, I wouldn't put it necessarily in the category of being so wild, is potentially 2 free throws for a foul and a 3-point shot. I don't necessarily think I would do it in the last 2 minutes of the game, but I think that's something interesting. Something else that I'm a fan of, and I'm probably in a minority, as we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is.
Yeah, but if you like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about over time. The U.S.-Serbia, U.S.-France, those are, people who are basketball fans, some are saying those are 2 of the best games they ever saw. Incidentally, if you went to a 40-minute game with the issues around load management and resting, it would be the equivalent of, I don't know the exact math, taking like 15 games off the season.
I like that.
And I don't think most fans would be disappointed if it was a 2-hour presentation instead of our game is actually about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Well, you're going to find out the reaction the rest of the day as this gets posted that you're considering 10-minute quarters.
You listen to it, and I mean, the guy is literally telling you they're considering, he knows he's in the minority because he said it, and they're actually considering cutting the 12-minute quarters to 10-minute quarters. And I understand that in Europe they play that way and things like that, but he mentioned himself, what about all the records, all the totals, or the seasons played and the minutes played and points scored and all that? It won't make sense anymore. But also, I mean, the league has existed for almost 80 years now. Players, especially about 20 years down before, there were many players that played 82 games. They were not complaining. They were not load managing. They were not trying to not play back-to-backs like Joel Embiid and other players. I mean, these guys today, they claim they are these superior athletes. They claim they are tougher. They claim they have more talent. They're mad when the ex-players from the 90s and 2000s even, or 80s complain and kind of tell them that, listen, you're a bunch of softies this era. And they don't like that. But at the same time, having all the technological advancements and equipment advancements and dietary investments and advancements and all that other stuff, and they're still complaining. I mean, Kevin Garnett was on a show with Charles Oakley, and they were both talking about, listen, we played 82 games almost every season, and nobody even thought about playing less. We wanted to play every game. It's been like that. Now these players have become such prima ballerinas. It's just really tough to watch. And there was a good point made by, who made that point recently? I don't remember, but it was in one of my latest videos, that the players have literally created a barrier between, it was Scottie Pippen, created a barrier between themselves and the fan base. And like Scottie Pippen even mentioned, I loved when the fans would call me out and talk to me and argue with me from the stands. And now anybody that does that, you got LeBron James coming up to the stands and telling the referees, throw this guy out. I can't take it. I need my safe space on the court. It's gotten to that point. And now cutting the quarters to 10 minutes. I mean, come on. He said it himself. It will end up like cutting 15 games off the season. So instead of 82, through the minutes that they'd play as much as pretty much 70, 67? I mean, why? We have players that claim to be better, players that claim to be stronger, players that claim to have better equipment and more knowledge and just tougher altogether, and they can't play a regular 82-game season over 4 months of however long that might be. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me. Keep listening, because he's talking about the three-point line right now.
I like the three-point shot. I mean, let me take a step back. I mean, if you think from when you first started covering the NBA to the skill level of big men now. Yeah. I mean, look at Victor Wembanyama, look at Giannis, look at Jokic. Look what these guys can do. It was like the fact that they are so skillful that they can shoot from these kinds of distances, shoot in the way guards used to be able to. Like, is there too much three-point shooting in certain situations? Maybe. But I also don't want to overreact to what we're seeing in the game, because the game goes through transitions. I think the game is incredible right now, day in, day out. I think some of the criticism is a bit unfair, and that goes back to my earlier point that I think the league needs to do a better job teaching about the game so that there's real appreciation for what people are seeing out there. But and again, ratings are fine. We have enormous global interest. People like what they're seeing right now on the floor. So I don't necessarily buy into the premise that it'll be a better game if you eliminated three-point shooting.
All right, I'm starting to think this guy lives in some alternate reality. I don't know, multiverse somewhere. I have no idea. He told you a couple of things here. One, I don't think there's too many three-pointers in the game. I mean, dude, half the damn points, half the shots are three-pointers. I mean, how boring does the game have to get to actually just keep watching guys running back and forth and taking three-pointers? I mean, what's fun about that? I mean, it was fun when there was, 10, 15 three-pointers a game, because it was that three-pointer actually meant something. Like, oh man, we got a three, nice. Now it's like every other shot is a damn three-pointer. There's no plays for it. It's just running, screen, camping at the three-point line, shooting threes. I mean, this guy literally, in my eyes, I'm sorry, but he's not qualified to be in the position that he is. Saying what he's saying and doing what he's doing with this league. Softened it up, basically stole the scoring record from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because LeBron James got all his points in a much weaker era. And it was so much easier for him with the three-point shot as well, which Kareem didn't even use. And really? And then he tells you at the end that the NBA ratings are perfectly fine. There's huge interest. I mean, dude, 48% in 12 years. And it might be just TV or whatever. I understand that. 48% in 12 years. It's terrible. The young kids watching this that never saw the other game, they might be okay with it and doesn't bother them. They don't have a comparison. All the people, 90% of the people, 30, 35 and over, hate the game that we have today. They hate it. I hate it. The way that it's played, I hate it. I don't hate the game. I hate the way that it's played and what it's been made into. It's just a terrible, terrible, terrible product on the floor. People paying you, you're getting money because you're getting money from TV deals and all that other stuff. But those TV deals that were signed with these ratings and people turning away from this league, you're going to have some problems signing the next deal, buddy. There's going to be issues. This is not. I'd rather watch European basketball of the best clubs right now than some of the NBA games that we have, because there is actually tactics in that game, like the old NBA used to be. They don't shoot half the shots 3-pointers. I mean, come on, man. We gotta get somebody in this position that actually is going to make some good changes. I don't know. We got to change this up. We got to make the NBA great again. That's what we got to do. This is just ridiculous. I'll talk to you guys soon.